and writing notes down. I'm just gonna improv it like a mother.
That's going on the outtakes. Can you believe we've been doing this for like 10 years?
No. I don't want to believe that I'm as old as I am.
Yeah, you can see like the years as I get fatter.
You're definitely getting smaller now.
Losing weight now.
Yeah. We've been through like 5 different homes and
Facial hair went just...
Facial hair all over the place.
yeah.
Hair's all over the place.
And Maxie is
Or not
older
all over the
now.
place.
Like 2016 for DC was not a good year.
Yeah.
We had a 1-2 punch in the face with Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, and people are still, I guess, they're still debating on which movie is worse, but I think Suicide
Definitely
Squad.
Suicide
Yeah,
Squad.
I think
It's
so.
not a debate. Waller's a bitch.
Definitely in this one.
She's probably one of the best castings for that role ever. And you gotta have to have someone that can carry scenes and that can like command that presence and stuff. And like Viola Davis, obviously,
She's a very strong actress.
kills it.
Yeah.
Literally. So are we doing spoilers or what?
I think we'll have like a little bit of both. I'll decide in post.
Well, what do you not want to talk about?
Who actually dies?
Weasel, man, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Just the physicality of Weasel and just like the crazy eyes and just not saying anything and just being this like weird long-legged freak. It's cool to see like John Cena be like the next generation of like The Rock, kind of, you know, like
Yeah.
stepping into that kind of role of like a famous wrestler that's now an actor.
Right.
I mean, The Rock kind of started that, but you know,
Yeah.
John Cena's there and stuff, and yeah, so he's great in this movie. I just really, it fits him perfectly. There are some like really funny characters in DC,
Yeah.
you know, and I think that's where they have to like find that good mix, and I think they did that in this as well. Like this movie, we were laughing throughout the whole thing.
Yes.
There was
Sometimes
some
when
really
nobody
good-
else was.
Yeah.
Just me. Like,
There's
like,
some really good, like, and I think that's where DC has their strength, and I think a lot of people agree as well, is DC has some of the best villains, rogue
Yes.
galleries out of any, better than Marvel. Marvel has better heroes, you know, that's kind of the saying, is Marvel has better heroes, but DC has better villains. And I think that's why Suicide Squad works a little bit more. Oh, we're also not, like, nonchalantly shooting Batman in the face. You know, it's these ancillary, like, random psychotic people, you know, and that's
Yeah.
kind of the thing, you know, and that's what's fun about it.
there's so many good things to say about this movie, actually.
Yeah. The pacing was really good.
Yeah.
It kind of like helped some people, it's hard for them to follow like all these characters and like what's going on in the plot, and like James Gunn I guess figured that out and like would put words and stuff into like the scenes and stuff, like kind of reminding you like, oh, this is what's happening, or like this is where they are, or you know, it was very cool to see how they did that. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting night and day difference between how the 2016 Suicide Squad did title cards in a very like obnoxious way, where like here's Deadshot, here's all his special moves, and
oh yeah,
Harley Quinn, she was there and killed Robin and all that blah blah blah.
Yeah.
This one they utilized the title cards, but in a very comedic way that felt more organic to
Yes.
the story
Yeah,
that
it
they're
was super
telling.
organic.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
That's probably
Yeah.
the best word to say, that is organic. Yeah.
Some of them I had to like squint to make sure I was reading it right.
Yeah.
The one on the toilet, I was like, what did that
Yeah,
say?
what did it say? Oh.
Especially seeing it in IMAX, you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a cool thing too, is like the whole thing was in IMAX.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, okay, some of the scenes will be like, especially at the end, but like no, from the get-go, it filled the whole IMAX screen, and I was like, hell yeah, this is dope. And like I was talking with Lala earlier about how like Idris Elba was kind of the straight man for the like,
Yes.
how he reacted like an audience member, but he also had some really good quips, you know, because he is like pretty quick on his feet and stuff. But when Waller's like introducing him to the people that are going to be on the Suicide Squad, and that scene is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know how to react to anything.
Yeah.
Because it's just like,
He's like,
I'm just
I've never
gonna
even
kill people
seen
and
this
shoot
before.
things.
It was so funny. And I think that's why, like, he's really my favorite. Because, like, every time they show a close-up of his, like, reaction to something, I was dying. It was like, I feel the same. Like, we are the same person.
It's just dumbfoundedness. You know?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, I think, where maybe executives think that these characters need these long ass scenes to like really pin down or get us to like be involved with them. Where really it can just be a few lines or just even like a quick moment, you know, where they do something that's meaningful or something that's really nasty or whatever, you know, whatever you want to connect to that person or hate that person. Like, it doesn't take long for us to visually and to also mentally like attach to characters. That's the fun thing about Suicide Squad is like, yeah, some are gonna die, most maybe die, hint hint, but then like there's always more villains, and that's the best part about it is like there's always gonna be an influx of like really fun crazy characters that we get to blow their heads off or really fall in love with, or both. So that's kind of the
yeah, I wrote a bunch of notes.
holy shit, bro. Like, comparing the ending of, like, Suicide Squad versus The Suicide Squad, that whole, like, boss fight was terrible, didn't make sense.
Inflatable arm-waving tube man.
Yeah, I was just like, what the hell is going on in this scene?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, like, moving parts in it, and it just didn't work. This one's so ridiculous. Halfway through it, I'm like, why? Superman should just show up and like finish this thing off, because that would just be hilarious. Like, that's probably what I would do, is just had Superman just come in, just like fly through the thing or whatever.
You guys
just,
suck.
just to like stick it to him a little bit. But like, obviously that didn't happen. But be fun though. But like, you want them to succeed, but this thing is so ridiculous, like it has to be taken care of. Yeah, it's just way better.
This movie is just a blast.
Yeah.
From beginning to
Super
end.
fun.
Yeah. You can't be any kind of squeamish, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Man gets pulled apart. It's fine.
Some get eaten by a shark dude.
Some, their heads blow off
Their
and
faces
blow off. And
Yeah.
There's even like a weird bodily gag with Polka Dot Man, which I did not see coming. I was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
There are some parts with the rats where it's like, it's very cute, but other parts I'm like, ew.
Yeah. That's kind of how rats are.
Yeah, because they are dirty. They're completely filthy, and like when she's like, they kept us warm. I'm like,
Ew.
stab.
During the scenes where like they had like a shitload of rats coming, and there are a few, like if you look closely, some are just carried by the other one else, like like very minuscule rats, like what the fuck? Yeah, I could definitely see some people come away not liking it because it is definitely a James Gunn movie.
Yeah, there are probably some people that don't care for him that much, but
I really love this movie. Like, it's by far the most entertaining movie I've seen this year. And this summer has been, kind of all right with some of the movies. Like, I really enjoyed Quiet Place 2 and In the Heights.
Still gotta see that.
And Medieval Jizz. And
oh my god,
that's what we're calling the Green Knight.
That's not the only thing.
That's the only thing people will remember.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Dude,
Get out of
that
here
will
with
be in my brain forever.
It's just like that complete adult boy fantasy kind of movie. Like, it's like
Adult boy. So a man.
no, but like the boy in me that's now an adult. Like,
Adult boy.
like I wouldn't be able to see this movie as a child. Like, I appreciate the gore now as an adult. I appreciate gore. That sounds like a weird sentence to say, but
make it bleed.
but it is an adult version of things that I love. That's why it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
You bring out the boy in me.
I mean, I agree with the rewatchability. It's going to stand the test of time. Mm-hmm. It's so funny, so entertaining. I'm not going to be unfair to this movie and be like, 9.5, just because you can't call it perfect. Because for me, it is that perfect, entertaining film, and I'm going to recommend it forever.
This is basically a perfect movie for me. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes. It moves by like a breeze.
Like, that's like perfect.
Yeah.
It's not too long. It's not too short.
Yeah.
It doesn't take
Just
too
right.
long. It drops you in it like early on and never lets up.
10 out of 10
We all
club.
agree. I think that's the first time we've ever
all agreed that,
But it
yeah.
also always like,
Well, I think the
that
last
damn
one
good.
we did, where it was like all three of us agreed 10 out of 10 was like Winter Soldier or X-Men Days of Future Past, but you didn't even give it a rating. You gave it like Jennifer Lawrence blue boobies rating.
Don't remember that. Oh god, I'm gonna watch that right now.
Back when he was a boy.
Well, I give this movie
Titties!
so many Jennifer Lawrence boobies. All of them.
So many blue titties. All the blue titties.
Well, with that said, our show is... God dang it. With that said, our show is... Oh, wait, what was the thing you told me?
Oh, just like thank people for watching the reviews for like 10 years, you know?
All right. With that... With that said, our show is now concluded. Thank you all for watching for the past 10 years. I'm the host,
I'm Lala.
And I'm Hildebeast.
and we will see you next time on another Midnight Movie Madness. Quit stepping on my lines. With that said, our show is now concluded. Thank you all for watching for the past 10 years. And if you want, please feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Do whatever you want. What did you think of the Suicide Squad? Leave a friendly comment down below. I'm the host,
Bill. I'm Lala.
And I'm Hildebeast.
and we will see you next time on another
Midnight Movie Madness. Might need to do that
Yeah,
one more time.
With that said, our show is now concluded. Thank you all for watching for the past 10 years. And if you want, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a friendly comment down below just in case if you saw the Suicide Squad with us or elsewhere. Probably not with us, just a different state, but
Maybe.
whatever. But yeah, aside from that, I'm the host,
I'm Lala.
I'm Hildebeast.
and we will see you next time on another
Midnight Movie Madness!
Yeah! Well, with that said, our show is now concluded. I'm the host.
I'm Lala. We're like waiting.
Line.
Alright.